Hello, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, I love you guys. I love you guys. So, first of all, I am so sorry that I missed your birthday cycle. I hope all of you had wonderful birthdays. I am so loving on Sag. As a lot of you guys know, my husband's a Sag, recently saved my life. The time of Sagittarius has been, a period for me where I did a lot of deep healing. So yeah, I'm a little bit biased when it comes to Sagittarius. I'm really loving on you guys. And I'll shut up now. All right. So Sagittarius, this week firmly, Vampire, you pulled Burnt by the Sun. Ambition, extension, and reach. But from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled creation. Why are you trying to force something that should happen naturally is what I feel like saying. Now, Burnt by the Sun is my I overdid it card. But, it is about going beyond, the limits that you set for yourself, which is a part of, the blessing with this card. But I feel like you didn't need to do this in the first place. You didn't need to, overdo it and push yourself to the breaking point. Creation is already there. It's like you're trying to force inspiration that's already surrounding you. So I don't think that, Burnt by the Sun is saying that you need to use patience and practice hard work and things like that. I just think you tried to overdo something that was already there. It's just you may not have seen it. Now, creation, the card at a glance says, letting go of old ideas and allowing new growth are primary now. The mission you have been on may be complete. A new dawn is coming, and it is time to open yourself to divine inspiration. The message here is let go. You no longer need to be the warrior. All right, guys. Here is your overall for the week. Ew, why? Why? The Eight of Swords. The Eight of Swords is a signifier is saying that some of you are just mentally stuck right now, right? And exactly going back to the Oracle cards and trying to force something that's naturally there, but some of you may just have like creative blocks happening here. But the Eight of Swords, right? It's the mental trap, feeling like you're trapped in a situation and not seeing your way out of it. Now, in the past, the Seven of Wands. So standing up for yourself, standing up and defending yourself, defending your choices, using your voice. I'm not taking any more shit, which is what I love about this card. But you're still stuck in a situation. You may be trying to stand up for yourself here. And I'm hoping that we're getting out of this with the Eight of Swords. But it's like not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You're still fighting and you're still defending yourself, but you're still stuck. Oh, shit. And that may be why. All right. The Five of Swords in the present, and I've been having issues with this, but I'm glad that, this is not in the clarifiers for your outcome, which has been the case for some people. The Five of Swords in the present. This is about somebody who is willing to do what it takes to get what they want, even if it means betraying and hurting and alienating other people. That's basically the Five of Swords. It's fighting. And it's bullshit arguments, which I've always said about this card. You could be in a situation now where, you are having extreme miscommunication with a person. And you can't see your way out of it. You can't see your way out of a difficult situation. And I hope to God that some of you are not dealing with mental and verbal abuse, because that's not right. That's bullshit. Don't allow yourself to get beat down. Like, you do need to stand up for yourself, and you need to continue to do so, even if you're facing a situation with a person who wants to keep you trapped and keep you pinned down. I'm worried a little bit, and I'm going to say it, and I should be saying it for the good readings too. Again, general messages, not going to apply to everybody, but somebody needs to hear this. I've always felt that about these readings when they come out, but I am worried about what the Five of Swords is doing right now in the present moment. Future conditions, very nice. What I feel like is, because, even with the fact that you have the Eight of Swords being here and we're trapped, the Ace of Pentacles is still there. It is still there. It will be there. It's just about your ability to make the most of it. Now, with the Ace of Pentacles, you're looking at what is real, what is practical, new growth in your life, right? New job, right? New relationship. It could be anything new, but it's practical. It's realistic. It has the potential to be long-lasting. That is what I love about the Ace of Pentacles. It's realistic. But you're still stuck. You're still stuck with a situation. You need to see your way out of it so that you can get to this fresh start for yourself, where you're not dealing with the bullshit of the Five of Swords and constantly needing to defend yourself. Your best path to follow. Fucking right. Fucking right. The Queen of Swords. Don't take any more bullshit. You know, if you're dealing with people that are not coming to you and, you know, being genuine, cut right through that crap, right? Like, you know, I want to tell you to be the ass kicker, but I don't, you know, condone anything physical. Don't beat anybody's ass, right? Like, don't do that. But the Queen of Swords, you know, I feel like you need this. You need to tap into this. You need to tap into your ability to say, no, I can see this bullshit for what it is. You can't fool me anymore. I'm done with this. You know, I've always called her the ass kicker, but I really feel like this is what you're needing to tap into, because it's the only way that you're going to be able to clearly see your way out of this difficult situation. Wow, Sag. I don't know who the hell I'm connecting with here, but, you know, whatever it is, if you're dealing with a person or you're just dealing with a difficult situation here with the Five of Swords, you got to get out of it, because you have a new beginning. You have a new start that's there for you. It's just you need to, you know, tap into your ability to think clearly here, for sure. Yep. In your environment, the Six of Swords. So you're working on getting away from this. You know, and I've always said that, you know, with the 5 and then working into the 6, right? It's like something that you didn't expect that you were going to have to do. You know, you may have, you know, and this goes both ways. This could be the external things you're dealing with or what you're doing. Now, if this is something that you did, right, it's saying that, you know, you're trying to move away from this now. The actions that you've taken may not have been the best way to go, and now we're needing to, you know, move on. We have to move on now. You know, it's all about moving away from conflict and moving into a calmer situation, right? But this is what, you know, you're trying to do here. But for some of you, I feel like you're being blocked. And again, it's because of these two. Like, you're trying to, right? And that may be why the Seven of Wands is coming through, but something or somebody else is like blocking it, and it's just all bullshit. Oh, your hopes and your fears. Okay. All right. I got this. I got it. You may be in a really difficult situation. You may feel like you are trapped in this, and it's all about getting out of this, because there is something waiting for you that is by far better, where you're not having to defend yourself anymore. You're not having to deal with people or situations that are trying to keep you trapped with bullshit. And with the Seven of Wands here as your hopes and fears, you've got plans. You have got plans, and you're not talking about it. And it's all about getting away from that bullshit, getting away from it, getting out of this situation. Wow. I don't think that you're fearing that somebody's doing some sneaky low-down shit. Because, again, you're the one that's feeling trapped in a situation, right? So even if they were doing sneaky bullshit, I don't think it would matter, because you're still wanting to get away from it. So to me, this is about you hoping to be able to put these plans into action without being found out. That's what I feel like looking at this. You've got plans. You're not wanting to reveal what they are, because you have something really good. And I mean really good, with the Ace of Pentacles waiting for you. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Especially if you're dealing with people who are trying to keep you stuck in a bullshit situation. You know? Right? You need to tap into that energy of the Queen of Swords. And if you have to be secretive about shit, so be it. So be it. And I say that because of the Five of Swords and Eight of Swords. It's not good. It's not a situation that anybody wants to be in. And of course you're going to want to move away from that with the Six of Swords. But if you've got plans, right? Like, I can understand hoping to be able to, you know, follow through with that and not having anything block you. I almost feel bad for doing this reading, like I shouldn't be doing this, because somebody else may see this and then, you know, right? But if you're cross-watching and, you know, we hear this too, especially from other readers. Remember, this is not your reading. It may not apply to you at all, or the person that you're dealing with. This is for a Sagittarius. and probably a very specific Sagittarius that I'm connecting with, because I really don't expect this to resonate with everybody at all. But whoever this is, like, I understand. Like, I get it. Like, I totally get it. You know, do what you gotta do. Because what you're dealing with is no good. I mean, anybody could look at these two cards and go, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. You shouldn't have to be a part of this, right? And it's no wonder why your best path to follow is to tap into the energy of the Queen of Swords. Woo! Damn, Sag. Like, I could pick this apart, seriously, but, you know, the whole point here is getting yourself out of a difficult situation by whatever means necessary, and I mean that, to get to this. Yeah. So ultimately here, it's about correcting these wrongs. I really feel like this is going to have to do with you or with a person here that is helping you with this. And that mainly is because of strength and justice coming out on the situation. So the Five of Cups, tired of being disappointed. It's emotional garbage. And it's something that you shouldn't be hanging on to, right? No more. It's no more. We're done with that, with the Emperor being here. Strength, needing to tap into your inner strength and your courage to continue. Absolutely. And exert control. Exert control over your own life and what you're doing. But ultimately here, I kind of feel sorry for the person who did you wrong. Like, seriously, with justice coming out, because you're looking for wrongs to be corrected. Definitely. Wow, Sag. Wow. Now, I know that this is specific. You know, I try to keep readings as general as I can, but there are situations that come out with these readings that, you know, I feel like no matter how specific it is and how few it resonates with, somebody, this is going to mean something to, and they need to hear this. And I feel bad for the person that did you wrong. Boy. You know, it's not going to last. You're going to be able to get out of a difficult situation. There's definitely something better waiting for you. That Ace of Pentacles is there. And no matter how hard they try, they can't keep you pinned down. It's just not happening. It's not happening. Wow, Sag. And then transition. Make the transition. And get yourself out of this difficult situation for sure. Wow, Sagittarius, wow. And again, you know, I feel like this is very specific and this is going to be only directed to a very few. But, you know, whoever has Sagittarius in their chart was meant to hear this for sure. You know, this is not going to last. It can't. Whatever plans you have, right, I can understand fearing being found out, but you're going to have to do what you need to do. Because seriously, I mean, that's just straight up bullshit. But I do like that the Ace of Pentacles is waiting for you. And again, you know, it may be somebody that's presenting this. Because I feel good about the Emperor. I don't feel bad. Like, you know, especially with the majors that are coming out next to this. You know, you may have been really disappointed in the past. But, you know, with that inner strength and this person possibly, right? Like, you'll have that justice, you'll have that fairness and balance in that new beginning. And then focus on love. Look for the good attributes in each and every person in your life. So, you know, despite the fact that you may have people that are causing you some bullshit, right? As long as you focus on the good parts, you know, that's going to shift your own vibration, right? You know, they may have really good attributes for sure. They just may be in a really tough spot right now and causing you problems. But I'm telling you, if you're dealing with an extreme case here, you need to get out of it, right? Like, you got to do what you got to do. But for some of you, you know, you have a new love coming in. And that may be why focus on love is coming through. So if you have a new love coming through, you cannot judge them based on what other people have done to you. Right? So it's about letting go of that and seeing the good, and then that way you can see the good in other people, right? And you're not holding on to any resentments. But damn, Sag, whoever I'm connecting with here, please leave me a comment and let me know what's going on. Because I feel like this is very specific for somebody here. And, you know, I'm hoping for the best here, right? Just make sure you tap into that inner strength, despite the disappointments you may have had, right? You'll have that fairness and balance. Hey, Sag, so I know this one is really specific, but man, I really got pulled into this one. So I do think that somebody here feels trapped in a situation, and this whole reading is about you getting out of this difficult situation here, because definitely with the Five of Swords, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's either a person or a situation that you're fighting with that's like trying to keep you trapped. And I think that, you come into this like standing up for yourself, and you have been. But now we're having to revert to secretive plans here, because again, with the Six of Swords, it's like, you're trying to get away from this. And I kind of think that is where Burnt by the Sun and creation is coming through. It's like you've tried to do this before and it didn't work out with Burnt by the Sun. But then with creation, it's like, there's something already there that you just need to like allow in, right? But again, with that, you don't want to be forcing anything, just allow that natural inspiration to come into you. But I do think that some of you, and again, I want to say, do what you got to do. This may be a situation where, yeah, you're going to have to pick up the pieces here and get the hell out of Dodge. It's one of those things where it's like you don't have a choice, because I don't think that this is working, but you're trying. But now, and again, with the Ace of Pentacles being there, this is waiting for you, and this is really good. But with the Emperor, this could definitely be talking about, a person exerting control over the situation, you exerting control over it. But, being connected to the Ace of Pentacles, and again, with the majors you're pulling here, I do think that there may be somebody coming through here that is helping you to get control and offering this new opportunity to you. Now, with the Five of Cups, definitely tired of being disappointed, but, regardless, you need to tap into your inner strength here, because eventually there will be justice. Like, I feel heavy about it. Like, man, somebody's going to get their ass handed to them, right? But definitely, if you're dealing with this kind of difficulty, right, cut through that bullshit and see your way out of this mental trap, and thinking that, you're going to be forever stuck here, because I'm going to worry about that for some of you. Now, gratitude, risk, and transition. Be grateful for the new opportunity that's coming through. You may have to take a risk here, but you're going to have to make that transition to that new beginning, instead of staying trapped in things that, and it's all mental. Like, it's all mental. It's almost like, and, this is why I said that I hope to God some of you are not dealing with mental and verbal abuse. But now, as far as new love and focus on love, for some of you, once you get out of this situation, you may have a new love coming through, right? And again, it could be a work opportunity, definitely with the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Emperor could be representing like a boss figure. But anyway, the way that I feel about these two is that if you have a new love coming through with focus on love, don't prejudge this person based on what you've experienced by assholes. And that's it, right? Like, you have to see the good in everybody. You don't want to, automatically assume that this person is going to do the same shit to you that somebody else has done. It's a brand new opportunity, right? But I do think that I'm talking to a very specific person here. And whatever you're dealing with, it's funny because I teeter on it. But I feel like you're forced to do this. Like, you're being forced to do this. I would say, there's no point in sneaking around and doing that kind of stuff. But I think that you don't have a choice here, right? And I really do think that you're hoping that you don't get found out. But do what you got to do. Whoever I'm talking to, do what you got to do to get the hell out of it, because anybody could look at that and say that's bullshit. And if you have a new opportunity here, go for it. But definitely with justice coming out, yeah, those wrongs will be corrected. Just, hang on to your inner strength. You may have been disappointed before, but don't focus on the things that have been lost. Look forward to that new beginning.